Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
Less than 30 minutes to make that. That's pork tenderloin with potatoes all in one pot. In fact, one pan on the stovetop. Man, that's some good stuff. So here's our ingredients. They're pretty simple. We're going to start with a pork tenderloin. Now that's the same cut of meat as filet mignon in beef. And we're going to cut this very much like you would cut a filet to make medallions to cook in the pan. I've got a half a dozen yellow potatoes. Got some green onion, some celery, better than bouillon Italian herb, flour, garlic butter, heavy cream, Grey Poupon, Dijon mustard. If you're going to use Dijon mustard, you might as well use the real stuff. And some minced garlic. Other than that, we'll add some seasonings as we go. Nothing crazy, just some Greek seasoning to bring out the essence, some salt, pepper, and garlic. That's about it. So I'm going to grab a nice chef's knife, and we're just going to go ahead and cut this into medallions. Just like you would cut a fillet of beef, about that same thickness, all the way down the tenderloin. And then this last piece you have is called the tail. Even though it's not technically a tail, you just leave that a little longer. Okay, so I've cleaned my cutting board, set the pork to the side. We're going to take some green onion, cut off these corners, chop about that much, set that off to the side in a bowl. Do the same thing with some celery. We'll chop this up just a little finer. Next to the potatoes, I'm not going to do anything radical here. I'm just going to slice these. I'm not even going to peel them. I'm just going to make medium-sized slices and put them off to the side. Up next, it's time to make some bouillon. This is easy. I've got 2 cups of warm water. All I'm going to do is take a big heaping tablespoon of this, put it into that water, and just kind of work it together. And unlike your beef or chicken stock, it's okay if this isn't completely dissolved because it's all herbs anyway. We need to flour this meat a little bit. Nothing major. All I'm going to do is just put a good portion of flour in this bowl and then just lightly coat these in the flour. They don't have to be breaded. I just want a light coating of flour. It's time to get started. We're going to turn the pan up to medium high. Drop in some garlic butter. And you could use oil if you'd rather, but I'm going to put quite a bit of garlic butter in here, mainly because this tub is almost empty. I'd soon not throw it away. As the butter starts to melt down a little bit, it doesn't have to be completely melted. We're going to go ahead and get ready to start working on the meat. Now, all we're going to do here at the beginning is get a light browning on this meat. So nothing crazy going on. Just put all of the medallions in here. Let them get a little bit of cook going. You can hear that start to sizzle. That's a pretty good indicator. It's probably about time to turn the meat over. And you can see, unlike beef, this just gets a little bit of color change. We don't want it really, really darkened. We just want a little color. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and add some Greek seasoning, probably about a teaspoon. And a little salt, pepper, and garlic, about the same. Just move that around a little bit. And keep rolling this meat over. This tenderloin is extremely tender, and it cooks very quickly. So I'm going to bring the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in my potatoes. and kind of distribute them around the dish as much as I can. And now we're going to put in the stock. Didn't use all of it, most of it. And to that, we're going to add just a little bit of heavy cream. This is probably about 2 to 3 ounces. And probably about a half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. And since the mustard all landed on one potato, we're going to move that down in there. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this alone, and I got the garlic out with the intention of adding more garlic, but honestly, I can smell the garlic already, so I think we're good. We'll see after it's got a few minutes of work. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to get it up to a good boil. Then I'm going to bring it down to a simmer, and I'm going to let it cook for about 20-ish minutes and reduce quite a bit. It's only been boiling for about a minute, but I almost forgot to add the vegetables. I'm kidding. I really want this to come to a good boil before I put these in here. I don't want to cook them down. I want to give it a little of the texture. So now that I've got a good boil going on, I'll go ahead and put in my green onion and my celery. And move everything around. And you can see it's already reduced. I mean, it was only boiling for like 3 minutes and it reduced. So we're gonna bring this back up to a good boil, cover it, let it cook for 15 minutes or so, and then we'll open it up again. All right, I can tell by the sound it's done. It's only been about another 12 minutes, but it's done. Oh yeah. Nice color. Potatoes have got a nice brown. Pork's got a nice brown. That's all there is to it. We're going to take that off the heat. Sure, we scrape that goodness off the bottom of the pan. Set it here, and it's ready to serve. The finished product. Man, that looks good, and it smells fantastic. And you saw how easy it was to make. You can do this. I promise you can do this. Really simple. Until next time, if there's something you'd like me to make, drop me a line, bill@kansasflamingochef.com. Always remember to check out the website, kansasflamingochef.com, and please like, share, subscribe, comment on this video. It helps the algorithm. It helps me grow. Have a great day.
In the heart of Kansas, under sky so clear, lives a chef with a flair, bringing folks some cheer. With a pinch of love and a dash of zest, he's the Kansas Flamingo, and his meals are the best.